Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be an intriguing matchup between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New Orleans Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Godden alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Saints, they come in riding high. Just 1 loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
Well, in prep for this one, it was fun talking with the defensive staff because they had to review last week's game tapes where he threw for over 400 yards. And they started ho-humming that performance. And finally, you said he threw for over 400. That's got to be significant. That's why he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
They better be careful what they wish for, ho-humming. He might do it again here in this one. Now Goff on first down. Over the middle, that's taken in by Gronkowski. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. So those are the numbers for Gronk in last week's outing. 6 catches, 67 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw on 2nd down is gone. Looking middle, it's caught by Gronkowski. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts it in so many ways because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. They'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu. I'll tell you that much for free. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they'll be let out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
Set! 319! 319!
The first carry here for Ty Montgomery. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group with the man next to.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. Defensive side of the football, the starters here for Tampa Bay. They've had their trouble stopping the run, Charles. Currently 29th in the NFL in that department.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
39!
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. It's 1st and 10 from the 12.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Saints have taken the early lead.
When you give up a long touchdown drive, you're looking for a silver lining. In this case, it's the fact that your offense had a chance to rest, and now they can come out in the field charged up and ready to go.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is taken at his 4. A little juke. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. You know, in our research packet this week, prepping for the game, so many articles from the local beat writer about the offensive struggles of this team and what will they do this offseason. What do you think they'll do?
Well, number one, they'll turn to their self-scouting report. And every team that's any good does this. They have outside groups, check out their team, scout them, and tell you who can play, who can't play, and reasons why. Some of it may just be health. They have to get some guys healthy and back out on the field. But overall, evaluate this squad and make the changes that you need to.
And one advantage for this offensive unit is the big target, Mike Evans.
Play to his strength, his size and catch radius. Throw it up there, let him go get it.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Hey, look, like 20.
2nd and 10, Goff again. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. A look now at the defensive starters for the Saints. They were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10.
180.
Play action. It's gone. He's got Evans. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
Go. 180.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
We got 3. We're 20.
On second down, here's Goff. There's the big statement. It's Chris Godwin. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. On 1st and 10, Goff. And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. And now it's 2nd down. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground with Jones. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff. This is caught. Gronkowski. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. Out of the gun. Goff. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. In for the score. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And man, Charles, talk about singing something in there. And those gloves, they help with one-handed catches, the fun stuff. Any padding for a rocket like that?
One would think so, but I'll guarantee you this. After that throw, his hands will hurt later. Not right now in the moment. He's just feeling good about catching it.
Yeah, a little stinger, but a touchdown. The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And for them right now, not a done deal. So they are holding down one of the final wild card spots. And with 2 weeks to go, there are others kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And imagine what the talk has been all week within their locker room. And it's really, let's rely on ourselves because they could get help and still get to the playoffs. But who wants that? Go out, win the game, take care of things yourself, and then you don't have anything else to worry about.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And a quick throw here And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
All right, here we go. Boom, 90.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he slides to avoid the hit. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Offensively, they liked their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it in run time, and he picks up a first down.
Before they can get settled in here, time expires on the first quarter of action. 7-all is the score. We'll return to Tampa after this message. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lloyd. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
3-19.
Back to throw now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. About 3 yards there to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
They go play action here on first down. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. As his guys are in for 6. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody. But those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. Defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Point after here coming up. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and that'll bring up second down.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Back to the air. Goff on second down. Drops it to Jones in the flat. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Tyler Davison able to track him down for a loss of 13, and it'll bring up fourth down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone's talking about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
To the 31, enough for the first down. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. Here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Flush to his right. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
drop to throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll run with Montgomery, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there, hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Extra point forthcoming. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-7. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now Goff on first down. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you across state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. To throw on 2nd down is gone. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on to punt for New Orleans. Fielded at about the 28. Whoosh. And again the footwork. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints add on to their lead.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. But it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they hit the ball and kick it right to him.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
On first down, gone. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Gone. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Now a first down throw, gone. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Goff. They find some open field here. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point attempt here still to come. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
A try here for the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
180.
On 1st down, it's gone. Right side, that's complete to Gronkowski. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Cut. 180.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Play action. It's gone. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. And the Saints signal for another timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Here's Brian Anger now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Set. 319. 319. Detroit! Detroit! Check. 59.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll begin with, let's call it a testy-est rivalry in the NFL today. Cincinnati playing host to Pittsburgh in the AFC North. And it's the Steelers who are out in front. Aaron Rodgers with 2 touchdown passes. From there, let's get to Philadelphia as we check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Andrew Luck throwing the football well. He has 3 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. A touchdown pass there for Jameis Winston. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. They are in the second quarter down in Miami. It's the Rams that have grabbed the early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Out comes the Saints offensive unit and the NFC playoff race. Let's have a look at it. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they looking to get it to Ward. Intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
180.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
We got 3. We got 3. Go, Salah. 180.
From the gun, here's Goff. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. To the football, it's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
Well, that field goal block pretty much sums up the day for them, doesn't it?
Boy, it really does. What's the word we often use? Symptomatic. It's just been a sign of how this one's gone.
Give a lot of credit to the guys who got in and blocked the kick. They've had the advantage all game, and they continue to press it.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time, one play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So now a chance for points action after the blocked field goal.
3 down, 3 down. Leopard!
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. Finding some room. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39. All right, now lucky 56. Lucky 56.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. On the crossing route, complete. That's Ward. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
All right, here we go. 319. 319.
Again, this is Montgomery. Oh, twisting away. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll run it here. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And off comes to Montgomery. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints are pouring it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Extra point attempt to come here. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Goes it on. 180.
The give is to Jones. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd down, here's Goff. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. He was out there waving his arms saying, throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer. Just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
120.
3rd and long. It's gone. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Man, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. Spinning away. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road's
true.
to be fairly clear
that is
by the time we have to leave the booth.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
From this vantage point, they've got the lead here. So for me, that'd be enough to go ahead and punt the football and let my defense defend the long field.
If you go for it, you don't get it, then you really put your defense in a tight spot.
Yeah, but we never know what people ultimately will decide to do here on 4th and inches.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Like 20.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Like 20.
Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved.
False start, offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Still 3rd down.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. After the penalty, it's Jones. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Now let's go. Blue line it.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And an alley to run. And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there with his third touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Saints just continue to roll. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And oh, it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
They'll run it with Jones. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Out of the gun. Gone. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Goff now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Goff. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Like 20.
Back to throw. Goff. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
To throw now on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Lloyd. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Running left, Montgomery. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are pouring it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He completes it to Evans. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Goff on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Goff on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down.
Face mask. Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face
Automatic
mask.
1st down.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they march off another 15 against your squad.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Now Goff. Over the middle to Evans. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Give to Jones. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
To throw on 2nd down is Goff. A dump underneath to Jones. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Oh, yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. They'll come out in the runs. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has a better leverage at the line of scrimmage? Let's go and see what happens.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. That's a whole lot of points still to be down, but congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Now for the point after. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
And they'll go on the ground. And an alley to run. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 3rd down. That's Barnes. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive
Here we go
run.
now. 319. 319. Hot. Hot.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for New Orleans, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
you